Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. We started with chapstick. This is the crazy troll nation of YouTube. We're going to skip the intro and just jump right in because I don't know if I'm going to air this video on its own or double it up with something else. And so I did this eye look, Tropicolor palette. First time using it, as you can see, one look, one eye, another look, another eye. Didn't do my cheeks or lips because I'm going to experiment with something. This is my first time trying the OPV Beauty London, sorry for the reflectiveness, palette shade 3, which came in a subscription box. So we have a blush, highlighter, bronzer. We're going to see. So I'm using, because this is a non-expensive palette, we're using non-expensive brushes. You see how I did that? And so we're going to take, this is a BH Cosmetics bronzer brush, but we're actually going to use this for the blush portion. And so I'm tapping in, okay, and we're going to, I was hesitant to even try this because I have a lot of blushes. To me, I have a lot of blushes. A lot less than some, but more than others. And so I was thinking, do I need another one? And on my channel, I'm in the midst of inventory / declutter videos. And I'm not sure as of right now if you've seen or if it even went live yet, my blush, highlight, bronzer palette declutter, and I do really have enough blushes for me. And so that looks nice though. Is it even? No. Is it ever? No. Is it okay? Absolutely. I do curse on my channel sometimes if you're new here, because that's just how I talk in real life. It's challenging around family because I try not to, and sometimes something will squeak out, but not like the F-bomb or anything, but and they'll be like, ew, and I'm like, ew. Like, they're older than me, I know they heard these words. Anyway, we're going to take, this is a brush, Farrah 828F that came in Ipsy, the one that had the daisies, and we're going to go into the highlighter. The blush is really smooth. The highlighter doesn't appear to be, we are tapping off. I do like a lit from within blush, highlighter, and I tend to just go along the top of where I put my blush. I don't bring it usually up higher. Do I have fallout right here? Sorry, distracted myself. Yeah, so I like the glow from within. I don't want to be seen from space. I like a highlighter where when someone is directly in front of me, it doesn't look like anything, but then when I turn, they see the shine. And my personal belief is that highlighter is supposed to blend in, and you're not supposed to be able to see like a strip of gray or a strip of, you know, ash or whatever color the highlighter is. My belief is that it should blend in, but just add some shine, even if it's a dual chrome shine or something, but that it shouldn't just be like, oh my gosh, she has a strip of blue on her face. So we're going to put that brush down, and we're going to take, but I do like that. This is the kind of highlighter I like, nice and subtle. I have enough of them, so I didn't need more, but I like that. This is a LaRouche Angle Brush LR304, and we're going to go into the bronzer. And looking at it, I wasn't sure if it was going to bronze me, and I'm still not. So we're just going to, where I have the natural hollow right here, we're just going to tap in that spot. And then we're going to run it down. Not adding any more on here, and then also feathering upward. So we tapped first on both sides, just in case there was too much on the brush, and then I go back and sweep it down, not adding more on here, and then feather upward into the blush. That's how I do my bronzer, and I do use bronzer and contour interchangeably. So this may be how some people contour. Let's just call it blush. And then I may take a little, go back in. This is powdery. Yeah, this and the blush is powdery. And I'll bring a little bit back here where my ear is. And yeah, and I know some people do put bronzer on their ears. I don't do all of that. And no, my ears are not the same shade, but you know, it's really not in real life. So there's that. And then I did go back in. And then I'll tap it. And then I'll go back and sweep it. And I tap it so I don't get just a huge blob of color, especially not knowing if the shade is going to be too dark for me or not, which I didn't think this was going to be. Let me find a place with just foundation. Yeah. And so I wasn't even sure looking at it. Again, this is shade 3 for this palette. And I go back in, tap off, do my corners first, and then I'll tap, and then I'll sweep across my rectangular forehead. And that'll be that. Dare I say, I do like this. The bronzer is subtle. I do think it does a little something. So if I wanted to just do a little something and not overdo it, even though this may be buildable, but I'm not going to experiment with that right now. Like, I do like the look. I like the blush. I like the highlighter. Bronzer, if I just wanted one, again, without overdoing it. And so that's, excuse me, so rude. That's the experiment for that. I'm going to end this, and then we're going to, excuse me, so rude. Usually it's just one. How about we just keep the video going? We're going to experiment with something else that I saw, and I thought it was interesting. Let me get out 2 of the same brushes just to try to keep things even. So, sorry about that clank. I'm getting hit in my mirror. We're going to take 2 Scott Barnes number 64 brushes, and I'm laughing because I'm using more expensive makeup, so now we're using more expensive brushes. See how I did that? And I thought about, this is Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette highlighter thingy. The front says Diamond and Blush. The back says Diamond and Blush and Highlighting Palette. This is 01 Daria. The highlighter in here, this is a powder. It's a glow powder. That's that one. And what I was thinking of is if it would look the same as the Blue Moon highlighter in the Danessa Myricks Mini Lightwork Volume 3 Infinite Light Palette, Illuminating Eye and Face Pigment Palette. Yeah, that's what all of that says. This was gifted to me by Smiley Shandy. Hey girl, hey. And so I was wondering if they were going to be the same, because on me, Blue Moon is like a pale lavender, borderline ashy on me. But I do use it sometimes, and it plays off of whatever I put it on top of. And so I am able to still get use out of this. But I was wondering how it would compare to this highlight in Daria. So what we're going to do, even though I did just put highlight on, this is a colored highlight, so it'll look different. We're going to swipe the Scott Barnes in here. I love her formula. And we're going to tap off, and we're going to actually sweep this up here just to see how that color comes out. I'm not tapping off this time. I don't see anything down here shaded down here, and so I am not seeing anything at all. And so I don't even know if it's any different because I can't see. I'm not tapping off this time either. Oh, like I can't tell. It is definitely brighter than it was before with just the OPV highlighter on. I'm gonna have to wait until I edit to see what it looks like, because I'm not seeing it. And I only took it up here just to kind of see, but I can't see. So we're going to put that down. We're going to put that brush down. We're going to take the clean one, and we're going to go, almost dropped it. And we're going to go into Blue Moon from Danessa. And it looks blue, but on me, and maybe I think it might be my undertone that makes it look purple. Like, I don't know. Sometimes blues and teals and greens and yellows look different on me because of my undertone. See, now this I can see, and that is freaking pretty. This one, I think it just made it brighter. Like, I'm not seeing any lavender or that purplish hue that it looks like in the pan. But this, you can see it. I'm gonna go in again. I'm not tapping off because I want the color to show up. And so now I know that these are different. Even though I was wondering, because even though it says Blue Moon, as I said on me, it's like a light lavender, borderline ashy. So this I can see. So why? I'm going to go back to the brush we used for the one in Natasha, and we're going to do that again because maybe Danessa's is just better than Natasha's. It's definitely shinier, because even sweeping this in here, you see the color, but it wasn't as bright and shiny as the Nessa's was. So we're going to, I'm seeing some of the purple here, but considering I'm starting here and going up here, it's just kind of, and it's looking ashy up here to me. Probably not to you guys. And maybe because it's more or less bare skin up there. I do have powder foundation on, but it's less going on up here than this area here. It is definitely more shiny. I do see the purplish hue right here, and it does look different than here. This is more bluish, even though usually it looks lavender on me, which I know I keep saying. So that's it for that part of the experiment. The next experiment we're going to do, full of experiments today. When I decided to use this Dose of Colors gloss, and I took it out of my Macari store. This is Goals with a Z, Goalz. I was thinking it looked like the Pat McGrath gloss, and this one is Angelic, and I love this. Looking at them, it looks like, okay, they might be the same, but definitely the Pat McGrath one is like a dual chromey type something or other. So I wanted to just try them on and see how similar. I dropped two things. So, so we're going to wipe off chapstick. Oh, gosh. We're going to wipe. We just did it. So we're going to. Thank you for being here. So this is Goals. Oh, it's, what is that? It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell good. This is the L Angelic from Pat McGrath. Has a pleasant scent, but not strong or overpowering. And yes, you can see the dual chrominess of it. Is dual chrominess a word? They could pass. If I was at a distance, would you know they were two different glosses? I think not. Up close, this is very glittery, but you do see like the purple dual chrome aspect of this one. I think you can use one or the other, but the way this one smells, I'm gonna smell my other Dose of Colors one to see. You know what? I'm throwing this away. It smells like it wants to be vanilla. I'm throwing this away because I don't know, and I'm saying that because I'm skittish, because the last time I used my Fenty Stunner and Uninvited, that shit was rancid. So that's in the trash. That's a shame. So I guess the experiment didn't matter because now I just have this one, which is great, and I love this color. What I was going to do was also wipe this off and put it over a black liquid lipstick, but shit, damn it. Yeah, I got it out the garbage. My makeup trash bag. So we're going to wipe this off. Actually, I think we're going to use a brown. You know what? We're going to use a black. I had to wash this now because now it's sticky. We're going to use a black. Thank you, Jazz. She Who Hits Pan on Instagram. She gifted this to me along with some other lippies, and all of them were fabulous. I have a love-hate relationship with this one, Lingerie Double XL. I had one before, I forget what color. It was just so dry, and I couldn't bring myself to keep using it because it was just very drying. It works better for me when I do top it with something, because then it doesn't feel so dry. The only thing with topping it, sometimes, depending on what you top it with, it may break down the formula and it won't be as long lasting. I can't find the Fenty Stun and Uninvited anywhere, and so my guess is they discontinued it. And maybe because it did turn. I had it less than a year and it says it's good for a year. But I'm thinking that was the issue. I'm just guessing. Because they still sell all the other colors. But they don't sell the black one anymore. And now she says it's to open all of her stunners because what if they turn quick too, which is valid because... Alright, so this eye is really burning. My first time using a Tropic Color palette. This eye is fine, but this one, So we're going to take Golds again, and we're going to tap. I should have used a lipstick applicator so it's not too contaminated with the color, but yeah, this is not, I'm throwing this away again for reals this time. This does not smell good. That's nice. And I like how a black lippy turns a clear one a different color. So now it looks kind of yellowish trash again. Heard that? Yep. So we're going to take a lipstick applicator and that smell, y'all. And we're going to go into, this is the Pat McGrath. Let me get more so that way I don't gotta dip in again. And hopefully, I think this will be enough. I think it will. Ooh. 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 It's lifting. When I'm wiping, when I'm swiping, it's lifting the lipstick. It does feel less sticky with the gloss on top. So let me throw this away before I drop it on something. So the Golds looks like a yellow, greenish, lime green type tint over a black liquid lip. This one, the Pat, still has that same purplish dual chrome look. I love them both. I do. This is trash though. I mean, I love the look of them both, but yeah, this one's in the trash. So this eye is really like burning. So I'm going to go. Thanks for being here with me to do the experiment, and that'll be it for this video. Let me know what you think about Natasha Denona highlight versus the Nessa Myricks highlight. So that's one question. Another question is, what do you think about the OPV situation, the blush, the highlight, and the bronzer? And the third question is, what do you think about the lippies? Or maybe that's not a valid question since the Dose of Color ones is in the trash. So, changing the third question. What do you think about Pat McGrath L-Angelic over black liquid lip? And if this is something that you would do. That's the question. So, well, the third question. Y'all, I'm delirious. You will see me in the next video. Thank you for being here.